This is a piece of absolutely wonderful historic film shot by one of the naval ratings, one of the guys who was actually on duty when we were filming at Fraser. Apparently, the researcher for this production saw a picture in a newspaper, local newspaper, of John being interviewed and somebody in a naval uniform photographing John with a cine camera while it was happening, and he then went off and put adverts in the newspapers and had it sent out on local radio, asking whoever it was who was photographing this event to let us have a look at the film and come forward. And that's exactly what happened. And Dave King, who was there working at HMS Fraser at this time, produced this absolutely magnificent piece of film that he shot. He's got shots in it that I wished I'd had the opportunity to use myself.
Yeah. Conga line of sea devils there going across the sands.
Here are the visual effects guys. This was when we were setting up the explosions. That's the chap the Sea Devil's talking to is a visual effects expert who's been rigging the explosive charges for when the Sea Devils run towards the Bofors gun and it's firing at them. This is Stuart Fell, the more diminutive Sea Devil who does backflips when required. And this, I gather, was quite a privilege to let a civilian, albeit wearing a naval uniform, fire a Bofors gun is really quite special. And the naval guys, really had to look after him.
Some of those explosions look very close to the guys running along, don't they?
Yes, I think they were.
Burn your britches, they would.
Yes, I think the advantage of having a full Sea Devil costume is that it doesn't burn too easily and it protects your legs.
Yeah.
This is the double for the master heading off on the jet ski, well, on the precursor to the jet ski, because Roger's bag simply was not to drive these boats around. But John, on the other hand, absolutely loved it, and I think Barry was saying that he had one of these near his villa in Ibiza.
That's right, and he had a hovercraft which he acquired after Planet of the Spiders. And he had, in fact, raced hydroplanes when he was a younger man. He'd raced, very briefly, racing cars at Brooklands before the war, so he told us. And after the war, he went back to racing, but he was in hydroplanes. He just loved this sort of thing, just loved it.
Wonderful filming with him, wonderful working with him.
Having a wonderful time out there.
Yes. And very good at it. Very good, very confident. I mean, exactly what you need. And the advantage of we had to have something like this. I think we were going to have rubber inflatables with outboard motors, but you can't actually launch that sort of boat off a beach like this because you've got to push the boat out into deeper water, drop the outboard motor down, start it up, get it into gear and then shoot off. Whereas these boats, like today's jet skis, you can run them straight off the beach. You can run them straight up onto the beach as well without doing any damage.
And they look much more dramatic. I mean, rubber dinghies would have been a bit of an anticlimax.
Absolutely.
These look like speedboats.
Absolutely.
They've got that sort of feel to them.
Yeah.
Another great shot of the Sea Devils escaping
Sea Devils
to underwater. And again, quite dangerous stuff to do, because you imagine with your helmet full of water and your rubber suit full of water, you could get pretty drowned.